Limerick boss Tommy Barrett joins me after a disappointing 2-0 defeat here at Tolka Park against Shelbourne. Tommy, thoughts on the game?
Beaten by a better team. We weren't at the races. They were very good. We weren't great tonight. But look, we're 1 point behind Shels after the first round, so we have to be happy enough with that. All things considered, considering the age profile of our team as well. I think we surely have one of the youngest teams in the league. I'm looking at I know Galway are saying they're very young, but I think we're just as young, if not younger. So in the average age of the squad, so we have a few experienced lads, of course we do. But and in saying that, now it's a young league, but Shels are experienced players, and they were much better than us tonight.
As you mentioned, it's been a great run of results in the last couple of weeks for Limerick. I think you've been described by many as a surprise packet so far. So was the performance tonight disappointing given the good form and the confidence levels within the squad going into this game?
Yeah, it was disappointing, but you're going to have games like that. We weren't great in the other game we lost against Bray, all right. Now in saying that, we were a bit better than we were tonight, but you get games like that every now and then. I felt last week we could have won. We could have beat Wexford, and that would have been 2 points extra. Probably the more chance in that game. We dominated the possession, but then in fairness to Wexford, they had a lot of chances as well. So, look, overall, I have to be happy with the group of players.
Yeah, I suppose in this league, it all goes back to consistency, really, doesn't it? And dropping points against Wexford, even though they've improved greatly in the last couple of weeks, it would have been extremely disappointing at home last week.
Well, it would, but look, you've the only ones really that have been more consistent than us this year are probably Longford. Cabinteely, to be fair to them, but that was only our second loss. There's bigger teams with bigger budgets and more experienced players that have lost a lot more games than us. So we have been consistent. I think that's our first league loss in 7 games. So we have to be fairly happy from where we're at. We didn't get too carried away when we were winning games, or we're not going to get too excited when we lose one game. If we're losing 3 and 4 on the bounce, of course we get worried in.
There were positives. Conor Ellis up front ran his socks off, and he tried his best to get in behind a couple of times, and only for a touch here and a touch there. Maybe he would have got an opportunity to get on the score sheet, but obviously the big positive tonight was the performance of your goalkeeper, Jack Brady. Yeah,
Jack did very well, and that's a sign itself. We weren't at the races, he was overworked. They could have been, to be fair, I think we were lucky enough to go 2-0. I didn't think the penalty was a penalty. I thought the one before that was a penalty. For me, two wrongs don't make it right.
Funny enough, myself and James on commentary now said the other way around. So there you go. Yeah.
No, I thought it was a penalty. I think Trace caught him, and he got booked for it. And we got similar last week. Conor Ellis got booked for a dive, but it wasn't a dive. Like, he got fouled. So, you get some, you don't get others. I thought Conor was taken out when he was going through then, and that could have changed the game. Like, if we got a goal, we could have got back into it. But in saying that, we didn't deserve it. They were, they would have been kicking themselves if we got back into the game. But, at 2-0, you always have a bit of a chance. But we didn't create enough. We weren't good enough.
You tried everything to get back in the game tactically as a manager. You made your 3 substitutions. Some of the players didn't look overly happy, but that's the role of a player. I suppose they always want to stay on the pitch. So was that just disappointing that you couldn't make an impact despite all the efforts in the second half to get back in it?
Yeah, it was a good first half. We made the change early. Look, it was a toss of a coin between Colin Lachlan and Karl O'Sullivan.
Was that to do with James English and his performance?
Yeah, it was. Trace, Shane Trace is a very good player, but James English, I think, we weren't getting close enough to him in the midfield. They were getting the ball too easily out to him in the wide areas, and when he's running that Trace, then he's quicker than him. I thought Aaron did well when he came on, to be fair. He quietened him a bit, and Shane Tracy gives us that option further up the pitch. He's very comfortable on it. I could have took off the right winger and left on Colm, but Colm was booked, and he was carrying a bit of an ankle knock all week. Impacts, Kieran Hanlon's a big impact for us, but he's not fit. He hasn't trained in 4 weeks. That's where we're at. He hasn't. He needs a scan on his knee, and we need to get him. We need to rest him. But it's very hard to rest him when we're kind of chasing the game. And I felt at 2-0, we were coming back into it. There was a period of 15-20 minutes in the second half where I thought, we were getting into it, but without really creating too much. No one saying that. But I thought, with him, he holds up the ball well. He's hard to mark. He's hard to manage, But look, we've no complaints. We're beaten by the better team.
So overall, happy enough with the start of the season?
I think we have to be. I think we have to be, Kieran. Yeah, I think okay, we're 5th, but we're 4 points off the top. We're in around. We're competitive. And as I said, if people thought this were going to be a point behind Shels after the first round, I think you got to be happy with that.
Tommy, thanks for joining. So the opening goal scorer on the night here at Tolka Park and a 2-0 win for Shelbourne against Limerick. Karl Moore joins me now on Between the Stripes TV. Karl, delighted to get off the mark. That was a fine team goal.
Yeah, delighted to get the goal, delighted with the 3 points and the manner of the performance as well. So it's been coming for a while. I suppose we've been knocking at the door, and it all just came together tonight, and it was an impressive display.
Best performance of the season so far?
Yeah, I would say so. We've had some games where teams just come up and they set up shop and we find it difficult, but tonight, everyone was at it, everyone was lively and wanted the ball, and we had a lot of technical attacking players out there, and it clicked, and long may it continue.
There was a couple of noticeable changes in the way Shelbourne approached the game tonight. Like Ryan Brennan seemed to be the furthest man forward at times, almost acting as a target man, but just the intensity and the overall approach, there seemed to be a really good energy about Shels, particularly in that first half.
Yeah, Ryan was up top there today. We had some injuries up there, but such as the quality of the squad and the adaptability of the players we have. Ryan went up there and he done terrific. He's a great target man, and like I said, it gave other lads opportunities to fill in different positions, like myself in the hall, Alex out wide left, and it all just clicked today, and everyone was at it. So hopefully we can take that into next week.
There seemed to be great rotation among the front four, the likes of Ryan Brennan, James English, yourself, Alex O'Hanlon as well, and Oscar Brennan was back in that up 8 and Freya was flying in from the full back positions. So many options going forward. Like, should we be seeing more performances and more goals like this from Shels now in the coming weeks? Do you think you finally clicked after maybe a slightly disappointing start to the season?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on us going forward, but we certainly have that in us, and it's just about producing it week in, week out. I mean, we had quality on the bench, quality in the stands, and quality on the pitch. So that's what we're about, and just hopefully we can just nail it down now going forward, and make it the norm.
Karl, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Shelbourne manager Ian Marsh joins me after a fine 2-0 result here, a 2-0 win against Limerick at Tolka Park. Ian, best performance of the season so far?
Definitely up there, yeah. I think since the UCD game, although it was the wrong result, we started to turn the screw a bit. We're moving the ball well, good shape, and creating a lot of chances, and that was the same again tonight. Yeah,
we've just spoken to Karl Moore, and we were talking about the rotation up front tonight. Your front four were very flexible in terms of their formation tonight. You had Ryan Brennan playing as the most advanced man at times, and James English was running off him, and there were so many options, even with the full-backs bombing on at times. So many options going forward now. You must be looking for more performances like this now in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Like we've set the standard that we want to play at, and we've got the players that can do that. They can pop in, they can rotate, some can go outside, some can go inside. It's all about moving the ball well and having that freedom within a good shape.
Very, very intense start to the game particularly. Was that something you spoke about with your players? Because Limerick can be quite a physical side. They can impose their dominance on opposition. So was that something you spoke about with your players? Yeah,
we spoke about having the right tempo, setting the standard right from the first whistle. And to be fair to a man, everyone went out there and performed what we asked them to, and they brought a little bit more to the party as well.
And a really, really good attendance here tonight, a really good atmosphere as well. You're in a bit of a unique situation where the stand where the ultras, I suppose, would usually stand, that's closed at the moment, so they're thrown into the main stand, and it was a great atmosphere tonight. So going forward, it's obviously very important the fans stick with your lads even when results aren't going the way you may want sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you mentioned, I think it's been great since the fans have come over that side. The lift within the stadium, the lift the players get from it is fantastic. It's mentioned all the time, and you can see the numbers growing, and hopefully they keep growing further and further, and the noise gets bigger and bigger. But like I keep saying, fans and players, we're all in this together, and we're all looking towards one goal.
Just finally, down a couple of bodies tonight. Obviously Conan Byrne didn't pass his fitness test before the game. When can we expect to see Shels back to full strength squad wise?
Hopefully next week. We've still got JR unfortunately broke his metatarsal, and Greg had a bag knock to the head, so we have to just wait to see on him. But apart from that, we should have a fully fit squad going into Galway next week.
Ian, well done, thanks very much.